The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. And good evening, everybody. Welcome to McStabber Studios, Kansas City, A Domain Divided. I am, of course, the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I am Mama McStabber, and I'll be playing Dr. Katerina Rakosi of Clan Zamitzi.
And I'm Dale Davis, and I'll be playing Callum McFarlane of Clan Ventru.
Oh, I'm Ree, and I will be playing Rashad Giovanni of the Hakata.
I'm House. I play Bo Solomon of Clan Toreador.
Hi, I'm Mischievous Red, and I'm playing Gwen Schultz of the Ministry.
Hello, I am Beetle Spock. I'll be playing Cameron Wheeler of someone who is flesh and blood.
And thank you for joining us tonight there, Beetle Spock. When we were last with this group, well, Gwen, you weren't there. So that night they negotiated with a werewolf. And then, well, Kat went to go speak with Bella to find out about a place to hit for the Sabbat. Callum met with a special contact, a very odd contact at that. Rashad got to go meet with his cousin, though I don't think his cousin claims any family relation anymore. Yeah, that's how it is. And Bo, you got caught up in the music. I guess it must have been some hellacious music. But as we open up here tonight, this is the same night while the rest of the group was doing all this business. Gwen was tied up in her own business, company business, actual real business, not vampire business. But
as negotiations,
as your business meeting has closed up for the night and you're stepping out of your corporate office there, somebody you didn't expect to see is outside the building. I will let Cameron describe himself as he's waiting outside the building.
Yeah, he is not too dissimilar to what I look like, but maybe a little bit more taking his own well-being is taking a little bit of a backseat, and he looks fairly tired. But as Gwen walks out, just utter shock. No, I'm speechless. I'm sorry. You look just like her.
just like, don't you recognize me?
Oh, I recognize that face. I recognize the hair, especially. But I'm trying to convince myself a couple things. Is that just a mask? Is it really her under there?
It Cameron, I'm confused. You show up outside my place of work
Uh-huh.
and then act like I'm not me. Why are you here?
Because you could be playing as her. Maybe you have her memories. I'm still figuring out how it all works with that. Your blanks, whatever, their powers, deceptions.
Okay. Why don't we take this conversation inside, into an actual room instead of outside the building?
Is it sure it's secure? No cameras?
I own the cameras.
Fine.
And she'll take him up to her offices then.
Okay.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm been asking myself that same question for quite a while. I'm losing count of the nights. I mean, I thought you were dead. I thought you were like not this kind of dead.
I didn't even think about that. I was so caught off guard when I saw you.
You're telling me I was caught off guard when I learned that you were, well, if it's you, this.
It's funny that you were the one who laughed at or who kind of distanced because you thought I was, I don't know, delusional.
Well, I was wrong. Woohoo.
Kind of wish you weren't.
I wish. I mean, you changed my. I'm still referring to you as you, but I'm going to keep on doing it. It's just for the sake of things.
Strawberry, it's me.
Okay. Raspberry. You changed my life full twice. When we were young, when I was new to the city and new to the high echelons of society, and brought me into that world. And then when I was trying to find you when you were missing, the information that you're talking about that I just dismissed very logical, opened my mind thousandfold.
How long have you known?
Possibilities. Few years. I didn't know you were.
Yeah, but I mean,
You mean how long have I known that
been
this?
involved in all this, I guess.
I'd say a storyteller was about a year or so, a little over a year, maybe 2.
Yeah, total with Grant's team, yes. Kansas City, 4
Yeah,
months.
Kansas City would be.
Yeah, 4 or 5 months here
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, 4 or 5 months, and then when I came to Kansas City for a different operation, and then I learned someone of Gwen Schultz. I was speechless. Maybe part of me wasn't surprised because the nature of your people tend to, turn others, and I don't know. But I was hoping more that honestly that you're not up and moving. Let's just say that.
Daddy Dearest didn't have it end up that way. They're all working with not so great people, which I'm sure, based in your line of work, you know better than anyone else.
Yeah, seems so. So I just have to know, was this against your will?
Yes. I mean,
I don't know. I didn't know if you were so fascinated, you begged to join that world. I don't
I
know.
wanted to figure out what happened.
Yeah.
My mom disappeared and was so young. I mean, I was obsessed. I wanted to figure out what happened to her. I wasn't obsessed with this.
I don't know. You changed. You became obsessed with this such, to me, illogically idiotic hypothesis that are creatures of the night. That I didn't know how far your mind turned to maybe to obsession.
Yeah. I ended up barking up the right tree, though. I found her later. Or she found me.
So she's
Not anymore.
well. Sorry to hear. Well, it took me a little bit of digging to find out where you were headquartered, but
I don't know if I should be concerned that
it's kinda
y'all
what I did.
found where I'm at.
I found
I need
where you
to
are.
relocate already. I just opened
I
this.
found where you are. I haven't told anyone a peep.
I'm happy to see you, Strawberry. I don't know what you want, though. I don't know what I can say or do.
I don't know why I'm here. I just something inside me compelled me to, because you're that one anchor of that life that I had. And
It's
so
funny.
it's just to see if you were okay.
As okay as anyone can be in this world.
Yeah. It's just crazy. I mean, they're pretty persuasive people, just so you know. They, especially Solomon there.
What exactly did he tell you?
Oh, it began. He seemed sort of sympathetic to my plight, somewhat even caring, but I think that was also a mask because he straight up went obsessed with finding new ways to take you guys down, and do not just yours, but also werewolves. Apparently, that's
Heard of them. Apparently, there's also ghosts.
yeah. I'm not surprised. You can say anything at this point. You can say leprechauns, and I'll be like, yeah. I mean, it seems like there is so much more to this world, and even beyond what this. I don't know how to explain it right now. My mind has like been opened
Ah, a lot
I
to
don't
take
know.
in.
It's a lot. I mean, a lot. It's something that's not bound by laws of nature, laws of physics, reality. I don't know how to call it. That you can go beyond that. I mean, someone who can, I don't know, some can fly would have like smaller, more hollow bones and like wings, but some of you probably can do that without doing that. And there's a way that works. I just don't know how. But is there a reason how it just happens? I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm sorry.
It's
I tend to do
okay.
that.
I'm worried about you.
I'm in a weird place right now. I don't like what he's doing. I don't like what Salmon has me chasing. Well, not him directly, but I get leads to chase down. I'm trying, not unlike what you taught me. I kind
I'd
of put
like to
those skills.
think that I wasn't using his methods. He's pretty ruthless.
You don't know the half of it.
I don't think I want to.
I think at some point it's gonna come to a head. I know you guys have this war between your groups.
Yeah.
So I think he might be taking this as an opportunity. That's just I've never really talked to him since he's too much. But
Are you
sorry.
staying with them? I really know.
I don't think I have much of a choice.
Okay.
Especially with him as the head honcho. There's no way I'm getting out of this. Even coming to you, this is like a severe risk for me. And I guess I didn't like, but I know you probably know how to defend yourself, but
Do you want out of it?
I don't know what to think. It just, you being right here in front of me, it's making it much, much, much more difficult to know what I want. Go on, a few months ago, I was fairly happy knowing I was going to be doing something that will benefit the not waking world, but the the my kind, I guess I should say.
The living world?
The living world,
Well,
yes.
not even that, because then there's the werewolves.
So are they alive? I'm assuming they are.
From what I've heard, I haven't actually dealt with them much. I
Yes,
don't know.
okay. So yes, they are under threat too. I guess ghosts too, if they can whatever. I don't know what they do with ghosts, dispel them, sage. I can only go by what Hollywood, but I haven't heard much about that aspect.
I don't know if I'm not saying you to be on my side or anything like that. I think that you should be mindful of the information you're getting from him. I don't think that it's always the full story. Clearly, it's not the full story.
Oh yes, there's definitely things that he's not telling me, but he has claimed that he can, was it sense? I don't know, there's direct words, but he can like sense Your kind and like other supernatural kind of creatures. I don't know how that works. That's just what he's claimed. I think that, to me, they were just mad ravings, but now anything could be possible.
I don't know. We have our own theories about him, but who's to say?
Well, now what?
I mean, you tell me you came here.
I had no plan in mind.
I will tell you whatever you want to know. You know how I am about making sure that the full story is out there as much as I can, anyway.
Mhm.
Obviously, my own safety is a thing. And obviously, the safety of my friends, really. There are things I would have to keep just because you work for Grant, Cameron. Like, I can't tell you everything, but I can
You want to be
maybe
careful.
provide
That's
some
probably wise.
insight.
I mean, I guess you're good for looking out for your friends, and that hasn't changed. That's actually fairly good a year. I know a little bit about them. Your little group there, but
I can look out for you too.
I'll put you at
You
risk.
being there is makes it really hard to do that, though.
Oh, I've been doing this for a few years and a few months here. I think I'll be okay. But I hope this is not the last we meet. I'm starting to believe it is you. And if it's not, it's a great mask.
It's me. I mean, unless I'm like, you've seen those movies? One of those movies we used to watch as kids where like the robots didn't know they were robots. And I thought they were the person the whole time. Unless it's something like that, I'm me.
Robots. You have us call you blanks and make you inhuman, so I guess I'll make you a robot. I don't know.
I mean, then you get into the whole debate about what it means to be alive and human. Even in those movies, that was kind of the point of those movies, is what it meant to be human and what it meant to be alive and what it meant to have value. Even if it's not, but it seems like it is.
Yeah.
Isn't that close enough?
I guess. It's going really down the philosophy tube there, but
We're talking about what it means to be human.
I know. And it's just anything is possible now. It's like, it's kind of weird. And not long after I was introduced to this world, I didn't have the greatest memory. I mean, I was fine, but now I can remember the smallest details of my childhood.
Really?
I don't know if it's just if people like me who are introduced to this world are like just like this, and maybe it's because they're exposed to some energies or whatnot. I have no idea.
I don't know anything about that. I can look into it, but I don't know.
I mean, like, I remember my dad sitting down microwaving some popcorn, and he got mad because half of it was burnt, and he said it ruined the movie night. I'm like, I remember remembering that. I just chucked it along as I'm being exposed to new possibilities, and so this, therefore, I don't know. I just chalked it up to being exposed to the new world, and this is how it works.
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't heard of that, but then again, it's not every day you have a hunter show up on your doorstep. Who doesn't want to kill you immediately? I'll also add in that caveat.
Hunter is a weird term. I haven't ever faced one of you guys. I'm not too much of a fighter, as you probably know.
Sorry, I guess it's like
I
like you calling me blank body.
Yeah. I guess I'll keep in touch. I mean, is there
Before you-
anything anything you want to know? I guess.
Is there
Is
anything
anything-
else you want to tell me that's changed so I can see if it's normal to occur?
Uh,
I mean, like I said, I don't know who we could ask, but if you
I
don't
don't
feel like
know.
you can ask them, I can do what I figure out something.
I mean, you're literally well, I guess I am too, but you're more into the world than I was, I guess, for a longer period of time. And so you know the right resources than what I got. This is the
Okay.
one. Yeah.
So tell me what else changed, and I'll see what I can do, and then we'll meet up again.
It's generally just that. It's the memory. I remember little details of things that I thought forgotten, and now it's like, oh right, yeah, it's obvious. Yeah, 12 years ago, I was standing on the Empire State Building and I remember this little bug, and this little bug had a broken wing. Minute details
You
that
think
come.
he'd be drugging you?
Oh God, I hope not.
I
mean, I know
he's-
they've been trying this new stuff on. I guess they tried it on you.
Yeah, but
I
maybe
don't-
they're also doing stuff on them.
God, just to
On
be
you.
a guinea pig.
I don't know. I'll see. Maybe that's not it. I'll see what I can find.
I'm glad that you. By the way, speaking of that time, I'm glad you actually took that note for granted.
Like
So I was gonna say, it's
choice.
like it just sounds so suspicious, and you wouldn't do it. And then I found the car. I'm not, I we grew up in the city. I can't really drive, so I just rented a car and I just slammed it.
I mean, I appreciate it. Obviously, I wouldn't have gotten away if it weren't for you. I'm not 100% sure why you did it, but I'm glad you did.
I'm still asking that question. That's the same question why I'm here. Maybe I thought seeing you directly would give me some clearer answers, and
Made
No.
things murkier.
it made things, more cloudy.
Okay, Cameron.
I mean, if all in all, it is good to see you.
It's
You're okay.
good to see you. I wish you were doing better.
Um,
You seem so torn up, and
I'm living on a cup of soup
Concerned?
and ginger ale. I'm not doing the greatest, but I'm making do.
well, I'm here for you, and I'll see what I can find out.
I don't know a great way to contact you safely.
She'll hand out a business card.
Well, I'm already here. I mean,
Yeah, but you could call the number.
yeah, sure. If it's a number that you don't recognize, it's probably going to be me because I'm not going to do it on my regular cell.
I mean, use my nickname, and It'll be our code word of sorts.
Multis. That's right.
And then whoever answers the phone around here will know. So let me know. Just say a time and a place and we can meet.
I'll just look at it far from there. All right. I'll see you around. Stay safe, especially from members of my party.
Don't do anything that'll get you in trouble. I don't think anyone would go out of their way. Most people, most of my kind, wouldn't go out of their way to hurt you unless you do something. But that is most, not everyone. So stay safe.
It still feels like I have a target on my back being in this world because maybe it's like a predator prey kind of prey instinct. But sorry,
I mean,
I'm rambling again.
There might be a target, but that's because you're working with someone who is frequently seen as a very strong aggressor, and it becomes defensive.
All right.
But I'll see what I can find out.
All right. Appreciate any information.
Yeah, give me a call in like a week or so.
Will do. Have a good evening, Strawberry. Oh, Raspberry. Yeah, you're always Strawberry. Okay. It's been a night.
I can see that. As he goes, Gwen is gonna like just quickly like think back on the entire conversation and see if there's like a time where it seemed like he was lying or being deceitful.
Go ahead and just give me a roll of that's normally going to be perception, or sorry, wits. Played too much Dark Ages. Wits, insight. Detect lies, of course, would apply.
Cool. I'm also searching.
Oh, of course you will. Damn.
Hell yeah.
Did you lie at any point, Cameron?
No, but I guess I was very careful on what I give out.
She had
Okay.
8 successes, so there's no way you would have beaten that as a
yeah.
Wordle.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, there's no way. Yeah, I
I got
head
hungry,
out the
but that was
building.
worth it. Okay.
I head to the building and continue my night.
So he sets off. And I guess the rest of the night, Gwen, you're left contemplating as the rest of the group ran about their business. Now we're
Yeah.
going to flash to the next night when you all have gathered once again. Gwen's done her business. Kat's got some information about where to attack. She'd mentioned, I believe, in a text, a bed and breakfast, but she's got the rest of the details. And you all have gathered once again in your logistics company. And I'll turn it over to the players right away.
All right. So, got good information. They're using, she's pulled up on the laptop there in the office, a map of Kansas City, Missouri, the downtown area. It's a bed and breakfast right here. This is one of their safe houses, and it's like in the heart of their freaking territory.
So whose safe houses exactly?
Oh no, we're retaliating against my brother attacking Callum's restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a Sabat safe house.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's called Hawthorne Bed and Breakfast.
it's Hawthorne Bread and Breakfast. And we have the main bed and breakfast building, and there's like an outbuilding on the property. And in the back of my vehicle, which we need to transfer it to one of the logistic vehicles here that we take the magnetic sign off and the plates off. And I've got canisters of propane. I have RC car actuators that are remote controlled with igniters for the propane that hook right onto the tanks.
You have really thought this out.
Oh, sweetie, this ain't my first rodeo.
I can tell.
So, my thought is, for doing this, we don't want to get caught on camera. Right?
It's not.
True.
I can make anyone that goes look different.
For how long?
Permanently. It can be reversed. But if you don't reverse it, it's permanent. I will craft your flesh, and if need be, bone and muscle, to make you look different, truly.
Anyone else besides me know how to handle propane?
I mean, I grilled at the house before the embrace and everything.
I mean, I imagine it's pretty simple. You point it at the building, you open up the valve on it with the RC actuator attached to hit the ignition button on the lighter, and we trigger it from far away with the remote.
Yeah, you just want to make sure shrapnel is directed as best as possible.
Yeah.
There are no leaks. You know, there are things to check and make sure it's not just.
Okay. I trust you on it. You know more about it than I do. I just know the equipment that we need to do it.
It's a good plan. Just more. It's good to know not just what to do, but what not to do. That said, yeah. As long as I can be changed back, you have my consent.
All right.
You have mine as well?
Okay.
I mean, sure, just another form of disguise.
It's fine.
I will tell you, if I do this to you, it will take you 3 nights to fully revert back on average. I'll let you know based on how many changes I need to make.
You're the expert here, so whatever you think is necessary change-wise, I'm not
All right.
picky.
This is going to take a little time for everybody. And Bo, since you volunteered first, you're first.
Before we start this, can I catch everybody up on my little meeting?
You could probably do that while she's shaping people's faces, because
Absolutely, because it takes a turn each. It takes a full turn each.
yeah, she can be doing it for the scene while you all are talking over.
Okay. All right.
As my father says, art requires sacrifice. So
Yeah, and sorry that recording didn't come through, but
Yeah, what was
it
that?
It was fine on my side.
So you know, Callum, it still sounds fine to you.
Okay. All right. And I will
Power? Actually,
I will play it. I'll just play it for everyone, but I'll go through it just to explain. So,
Now, do you play the recording?
yes.
When you play it, you hear it clearly. Everyone else, you hear garble.
this is nonsense, Callum.
What do you mean? It's fine.
no, it's garbled.
It's nonsense.
Man, I want to learn how to do this. All right.
It sounds like a Peanuts character, like
And Kat literally is just like almost like massaging your face and changing around the jowls and changing temples, cheekbones, things like that. And it's just one change. And she says, I only had to do one little change. And I want you to take this eyelash glue and these fake piercings and put them right across here.
I will do it.
You'll be the spitting image of my brother. And literally, when Bo sits up and y'all look at him, he looks like a clean cut Rurik.
Man.
It's
Probably
not 100% perfect, but it'll fool any camera out there.
Fool any camera.
It is probably good you didn't tell me this is what you were doing.
Oh, don't
That's
worry.
what I was gonna
Us ladies
ask.
are going to be Becky's. Okay.
Maybe only one of you should be Becky.
Oh no, we're all going to be Becky or Rurik.
But think about it.
No,
it
I
would,
am.
It would cause more confusion if.
Oh, they would know.
They know
I see
it's
what-
not them. The cameras won't know it's not them.
Okay.
So I will say that we might want to make them look a little bit different. We can tell who is who for each other.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
I'm not,
The outfits.
the outfits are what determine who we
Okay.
are. We're not
I
changing
just
our
wanna
clothes.
make sure.
It is for the camera's
It's,
benefit.
it's
if
for
I'm
the
following,
camera's
not-
benefit.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah. So that way, in case the Second Inquisition has access to cameras, they're going to go after people that look like Becky and Rurik, not us.
Wait, I thought we were going after. We think the Second Inquisition's watching the.
What else would they be doing?
Sorry, This seems like a good time to say, I received a visit from one yesterday.
Okay, you're next. Get in the chair.
Well, if I'm in a chair, I can't talk.
She can't talk while you mold her face. That is true. Yes, Becky
Then-
wants some odd finger lines from the jaw moving.
Callum, what did this recording say?
Okay, I guess she's next while Callum's going.
All right. Okay. all
I
right.
say if you're next, that's yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, I knew I probably had limited time to talk to this. I leaned into a trusted source, and they directed me to someone that I could count on here in the city, who had to break their neutrality to give me some information. Cost someone a boon, but I'm not going to delve too deeply into that. I wanted to concentrate on the things that we're most concerned about. So, Kat, he knew about Rurik, about him being new to the city. He was sent to correct some deficiencies that the higher ups felt were going on in the city.
Yeah, they're losing the war. And Kat keeps working.
This contact was said that the higher ups keep second guessing those on the ground, and that he did know that Rurik feels like you have wronged him, hurt him, and that wrong and hurt has been warped by hate over time.
And Bo just mouths "who me," like gesturing to his new face.
And with that, Kat has finished molding your face. You are now the spitting image of the stunningly beautiful Becky.
Secondly, there are 3 elders of some kind sleeping beneath the city. And what my contact said was they are doing things they shouldn't do and touching things they shouldn't touch.
So are they sleeping or are they touching things or both?
He said sleep, but apparently in their sleep, they are reaching out.
They can do things when they're sleeping
Can all do that when they're that
of
age, or
significant
just some?
power.
Okay.
Yeah. He said he had only experienced 3 in a city once before. I don't know if that's a clue that we may be able to utilize.
Did he know anything about the ones under this city?
He said that they do not know the effects that they are having on those above. And he also said that they have not noticed us yet. And that as long as they don't notice us, nothing will change, but nothing will change and things will keep happening and potentially getting
As
worse.
they are, right.
So I guess for us, if we're going to do something to gain notice, we better make sure that that is a significant event and we have some impact on what's going on. He said that he looks for balance and he cannot see the end of this war. But he does know that the Sabbat hate us for making them look foolish.
Of course they do. And no, I didn't harm Rurik. Obviously, he's gone full-fledged narcissist at this point.
Yeah, he seems like one with a massive ego.
He thinks you did.
No, I was his mistake. He never should have embraced me. That was against our grandmother's plans.
I don't want to gloss over this elder thing, though. Is anything else you got?
That was it about the elders. They haven't noticed us yet.
When they did they who do the Nos know about them? Do we think?
My guess would be yes.
And they haven't noticed them, though they've been probably edging closer and closer.
All right.
He didn't mention anything about the Nos.
Rashad or Callum, who's next?
I actually have one more piece of information, so let Rashad go.
Okay.
I'll go.
Bo, something that's important for me, and I know important for you, and by extension, all of us potentially, is your family concerns. And I asked about your mother. He said that time is linear for us, but for some of the dead, time is a loop that they cannot escape. And he knows your mother. He said that she is one of those. I got the impression that he knows you or saw the event or somehow aware of it.
What do you mean a loop? What did he mean?
Experiencing an event over and over again. Like our existence is linear. We cannot change that. But for the dead, some of them get maybe caught in a loop of a traumatic event or something that ties them to a time or a place or both that they can't escape on their own.
You said trauma. So
he was very
It
cryptic.
is-
He didn't give me a
it
lot
is
of answers.
likely- It is likely she would be experiencing a moment of significant turmoil. Most likely her death.
no fucking dying.
Stop talking. I'm working. And then she does a little bit more manipulation. There. Okay, now you can talk. Sorry, but don't interrupt me when I'm working. It can mess things up. Okay.
Lastly, he said that one of the three is the eldest among us.
Say that again?
One of the three is the eldest among us. Again, he's not. He's very cryptic in his.
Oh, no, that's not cryptic at all.
responses.
What does that mean?
None of you have seen Kat look this terrified.
I took that to mean that one of those three sleeping elders is very, very old.
Kat, what does it mean?
Zamitzi himself.
So that's good for you, right? For us?
That's good for nobody. That is good for
The rest
nobody.
of-
What do you think
Are
they
you
eat,
sure?
Callum?
Yeah, I was gonna say I do think most elders eat their youngers here.
What do you think the Sabbat initially was trying to do? Eat those before they could be eaten.
Hmm.
And guess what happened when they went east? They got fucking eaten. So this isn't good for anybody. Fucking hell.
Shad, you've been tied up. Did you have anything to add to this?
Are you sure that he said the eldest?
Eldest among us. Those were his words.
And Cat, you're sure this title would belong to?
Dmitri himself is also known as the eldest. Capital, the eldest.
Well, I can't confirm anything, but the first of our clans is usually the most powerful. According to the stories, our oldest was around for a while. If they are here, maybe they will be rational, maybe not. Mr. Solomon, to answer your question, it is likely that your mother is experiencing death over and over again for always. There may be some way for her to solve it. I've heard people mention it's some sort of puzzle, but I can't be sure. A necromancer may be able to pull her from it by pulling her into this world, but again, I can't be sure.
What, I'm just supposed to learn this and go on about my day?
No, you're supposed to harness that rage and lash it out at your enemies.
What if we destroy those things that are keeping her here? I know you said that would cause her pain, but it sounds like she's already in pain. Would the pain lessen the more they're destroyed? The pain that she's dealing with every moment?
I don't know, but I may be someone who knows more than me. I had a meeting with a cousin who is unfortunately working with the Sabbat. We might be able to obtain information from him or his student, or at least I may be able to learn how to more accurately interact with the truly dead. Perhaps I could summon her, or at least free her temporarily. But I doubt this person is going to want to work with us willingly, especially if we attack their holdings.
Callum, come get in the chair. I need something to distract me for a second.
Should I be worried?
Always be worried.
Fair.
Rashad, do you plan on trying to get him to teach you?
I hadn't. I think eventually we will have to fight with one another, because I surely won't be joining the Sabbat anytime soon. But in my group, there is a family that is known for being particularly cruel to spirits. And even they aren't prone to letting people relive their deaths forever. kind of person would I be if I wasn't willing to at least attempt to help Mr. Sullivan?
Seems like there's a lot of people going around questioning their previously held notions about what's right and wrong.
Of course.
That agent is questioning. I also think that Grant's experimenting on his people. Something's happening.
There you go, Callum. You're done. Kat doesn't say anything, and then you see her basically work her own face.
So this agent works for my brother.
Yeah. He's the
Did
one
he
who
say-
helped me get away.
And you trust him?
Much as he trusts me, I'm sure.
And he's from your life before you were embraced?
Yeah. Spent a lot of time together. He helped me investigate what had happened to my mom, which is kind of what led me here. I started stumbling into this world. He thought I was delusional, and we kind of grew apart from that.
And when Katz finishes it, and he stumbled right into it too.
Yep, pretty much.
Can you be certain that he's not trying to pull one over on you?
He didn't lie. I can tell you that. He may have been selective with his shared information, but I couldn't fault him for that.
Ghoul him. That's all
Ghoul
Kat-
him?
That's all Kat says.
Why?
It would have
It's the
at least
only
be
way to
another
ensure
level of
true
guarantee.
loyalty.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be loyal to me.
He
I don't
works for
need
the
to be-
enemy. Damn right he does.
I don't want to be a Grant.
How
does
do
that
you
make me
know
any
he
better
isn't
than him?
already a Grant? You don't.
That's fair. I'm not saying he's going to come live with me or that we're best friends. I'm saying that he's questioning things. And that he
You
thinks
won't
that
be
they're
able.
a good way to get information. And I think that it's not necessarily something that we should gloss over.
Oh, I'm not glossing it over at all. It is incredibly dangerous. And it puts every single one of us at risk.
You won't be able to bring him into our world without precautions.
I don't know if anyone could ever really be brought fully into our world from that. I mean, I don't understand why it's any different than the engagements with the lupine when lupine also kill us and hunt us and aren't exactly friendly. That's why all of you went yesterday.
The Lupine are strong enough to fight us if they need to be, but your friend, I doubt it, unless they are special, won't be able to
He's
survive
less
or
of a
make enemies.
It's not
He-
specifically him that is the threat.
Is he questioning his choices?
Yes. Very much so.
Gwen, as long as you're sure he's not trying to pull one over on you and manipulate you on behalf of my brother, I trust your insight.
I don't intend to tell him our secrets. I don't intend to really tell him any details about us.
My concern comes on what they tried to drug you, or they did drug you, correct?
Yes.
Maybe there's an unintended effect or an unknown effect that they're trying to track or watch with that. So maybe information isn't their game. Maybe studying your actions might be.
Observation is.
Mm-hmm.
I trust you, Gwen. I'm not going to tell you to ghoul someone. If you're in a position where that is a last option, you may be forced to, your hand may be forced, but I'm not going to say that is the end all be all. But
information gathering goes both ways. They're calculated risks.
And you know this person better than any of us.
What will you do if someone like Becky or Warwick or whomever goes after your friend to get to you?
No. I think that depends on so many things.
To
What would you
Bo's
do if
point,
they blood bond him?
There's multiple reasons why I suggested it, but ultimately you do what you think is right.
I was just letting you all know.
Appreciate being informed of the risks to me and mine. Thank you.
To Bo's point, there may be, when they drugged you, there could be something latent that they're maybe trying to deliver a catalyst to eventually. That could have some other unforeseen effect. And
see, but here's the thing: is they could do that with anybody.
Right.
I have business meetings. They could sneak someone into a business meeting. It's a higher risk to do it with someone I know.
or maybe a bit less suspected because it would be considered a high risk and he might not even know.
Like I
All
said, I
they
think they're
know-
experimenting on him too.
I'm not coming from a skeptical place of you and your judgment, Gwen. I'm coming from a be conscientious of how fucking conniving my brother can be.
Oh, absolutely. Which is why I think that your brother is drugging the people who serve him and trying to make them into super soldiers or whatever. I think that he's just as much of a victim as your brother as any of us. I don't think anyone's not a victim to your brother.
Kat's going to start loading up the equipment in the other vehicle. So she's going outside.
Okay.
All of the coteries' safety is of a higher concern than an acquaintance from your past to me.
Absolutely. I didn't, like I said, I wasn't going to do anything that would endanger that.
I'm just saying worst case scenario, if it's a choice between your friend and one of us, even if your friend has been manipulated or forced to do something against his will.
Absolutely. And I also expect you all to know that in times like this, against enemies who we don't know, information is the biggest play and the biggest benefit we can have.
Totally.
And if this is a way to do that, then that's a risk that seems potentially worth taking for the moment. That may change.
Agreed.
And is that my motivation? Not necessarily, but that seems to be a reason for why it would benefit you all.
You're right.
I would say just keep us informed.
That's what I was trying to do, and you all jumped down my throat.
We're all just concerned.
Wasn't my intention.
Yeah.
I just learned my mother's reliving her death over and over again, so
Mhm.
please forgive me for any curt tone.
And
And
here's the thing is while we have a necromancer, you know who else has probably been hoarding a lot of information on rates? A lot of information on a lot of different entities, groups.
Yep.
I'm not saying it's obviously a dangerous avenue, and I'm not recommending we do that unless we absolutely have to. But just another way. And I'm sorry to hear that your mother is going through that.
Yeah.
Do you have that book with you, Mr. Solomon?
Yes. And I'll take it out of a bag.
Would you like to know if it is a fetter for your mother? I've recently gained a new ability.
Yeah, I would.
I would like to use the binding fetter.
There's no rouse check for it, not even a roll for it. You just appear distracted as you look into the other world. The book is clearly a fetter, but you're also shocked to realize so is Bo.
Well,
Have
is
I
it?
ever heard of a kindred being a fetter before, storyteller?
Not a kindred, no. You've heard of people being fetters, but not a kindred.
Mr. Solomon. To begin with, the book is indeed a fetter. But so are you.
What does that mean?
I've never heard of one of our kind being tied to the truly dead before, not like this. But it means that you should value your life much more than you did before if you care for this person. Your death would be needed to deal with the fetter directly. But I would need more information to see if there's some alternative ways to use that to your benefit.
I'm at a loss for words right now. What I'm hearing is my mother is like this because I'm here, because I'm around.
Your mother is like this because of whoever killed her in that house. Not you.
But if I have a base understanding, a fetter being something that it holds someone down, holds someone back, she can't move on, or she is stuck like this because of whatever connection I have to her.
There are clearly others. We have discussed this. In fact, last time we spoke about this, Bo, you were intending to hunt them all down. If anything, this makes that easier. This isn't your fault.
It could make summoning her easier, assuming there are no more than 3 or so. If you have control over 2 of them, it may give you an advantage if other necromancers were to find out.
If I am a fetter, Grant most certainly is as well.
Could you use her to track another fetter?
I imagine the Wraith would know about their own fetters, so it's possible.
I know you mean well. Please be careful how you don't speak of my mother as a tool. I know where you're coming from.
Rashad, is it often that a spirit is tied by multiple fetters? Is that because of any particular reason?
My knowledge on the why is a bit limited, but from what I heard, it means they are unable to get over something. It is a lost meaning to their lives, perhaps. Usually there's more than one, but I can't tell you how many there would be. I don't know if it's based on them specifically or if there's some sort of cosmic order to it.
So it's something that they, in essence, did to themselves, not something someone else did to them? Because of their emotional
Yes.
ties, maybe?
Yeah,
Because
from what I understand.
because I left and Bo's gonna go and help Cat.
Load up the vehicle.
Yeah.
As the vehicle gets loaded up, I think right here's a good time to go to break. Thank you, Beetle Spock, for joining us tonight. Glad you got introduced as a character. Woohoo!
Ooh,
And we'll be
fun.
seeing Cameron again, I'm sure. So thank you for coming, and we will see everybody in 10 minutes. Please enjoy the break. And welcome back, everybody. Before the break, it got a bit emotional. First, Gwen got to meet with, I think, Raspberry there. Or is that Strawberry? I couldn't keep
He's
track.
Strawberry.
He was strawberry. She was
So
raspberry.
you got to meet with Strawberry, somebody from your past life. That's falling in with the wrong crowd. I'll say that. We'll go with that. And then the group got together to discuss what Callum had heard. Katarina didn't even get to go into what she heard because they don't even know the prince is missing yet.
Nope.
But y'all got the
Got
car ride
derailed
over.
real quick.
Nope. We're going to burn down a building first, then she'll tell him.
When the prince is away, the firebugs will play.
Fuck yeah.
So as we're opening up on the second half, the group is actually setting out to go burn Sabat Safe House, which happens to be a bed and breakfast. And you've loaded up the vehicle with propane tanks. And
we all look like Rurik's and Becky's.
yep, a bunch of Rourke and Becky's in the car with propane tanks that are have those actually not little, the big torches you use to light charcoal briquettes, the ones you see on the barbecue smokes, that shoot flames about this far out of pure propane. Yeah, just a bunch of those with propane tanks.
Yeah, I think we had Bo in the back hooking everything up with the propane.
So as you are setting off, I'll turn it over to you all in the car as you're riding over, because you've got a little bit of a drive to get out that far because it's deep in their territory. It's in the center of their territory, just about.
When I looked at the Google map of this place, I noticed there was a building in the back of the property. I'm thinking likely that's the safe house, but Bo, you might be able to suss out some symbols on it or something.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else we need to go over?
We're not sticking around. We're doing this and we're leaving.
Correct.
We're not here to showboat.
No,
It's
we're
not-
here to make sure the place burns.
Right.
If anybody happens to jump out and get froggy, then we murk them. But the intent is not to murk any of them. The intent is to burn their building.
It's the message, not
Exactly. It's the fact they attacked y'all's business. We're going to attack their hidey hole.
right.
All right.
As you're riding over, give me your wits awareness.
I'm going to search.
On your biggest card, huh?
I assume ambushes will apply.
Sure. Damn, Bo. 7 with a crit.
I got 5.
And
My
storyteller,
character sheet's being slow. Hold on.
storyteller, remind me again about the surge.
If you want to surge, hit the surge button at the bottom of your character sheet and then make your roll. It'll automatically add the bonus.
Concealed objects.
Sure, why not? Wow, 6 from Gwen.
A lot of willpower, that.
Seven from Gwen. Not bad. Not bad at all. 7 with a crit from Bo. 7 from Gwen. I guess we know who's going to notice anything. Callum got a 4. I mean, yeah, 5. Y'all have all watching for it. And then Rashad got 4. I mean, everyone's really got their eyes out tonight, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Would willpower of those two I didn't get do
7 with a
anything?
crit. I mean, that's pretty hard to beat.
Okay.
That.
That's hard to beat.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's nearly. You have a nearly impossible level of awareness right now. Yeah.
I was hyper vigilant right now.
Yeah.
That's not a
Not
trauma
at all
response or anything.
Not at all distracted.
Yeah. So I'll let y'all have your ride. I'll tell you when you notice something. Actually, Bo, as you're riding through, with you having kindred iconography and 7 with a crit, I will tell you, you've noticed a couple places that appear to have Sabbat-related symbols on them during your drive.
And I'd point those out.
Most of them are bars.
Okay.
I'll pin them on a map.
Yep,
Excellent.
y'all can note down where you found them, and
Mhm.
I'll add them to the map after the game.
Oh yeah, because we're totally scoping out this place now. Because
Yeah.
we look like the enemy.
Who looks like the enemy? Who looks like the enemy? Who looks like the enemy?
And for Gwen, I mean, that's also 7. Gwen, you notice you're not sure with 7, and that's still saying a lot. 7's a lot. You're not sure, but you're pretty sure that you noticed a number of patrols around those other buildings. When Bo pointed one out, you didn't notice it at first. You noticed it based on there was a common theme about people around the buildings, how they were dressed. Almost like a gang without obvious gang colors. Might
She'll
be
let the
protection
group know
soldiers.
then.
Rashad, I don't know if you want to try your precognition. I'm trying to stay focused on surroundings, so I'm not going to, not telling you what to do by any means, but I'm just letting you know I'm not going to be.
Well, I'm going to do a premonition for this whole situation.
Well, you're hoping it'll be about this situation.
Right up. I'm aroused too, because why not? You know, in for a penny, in for a pound. You know,
That's right. Let's see how fast we can get you to
And
400
it's-
tonight. Because it's happened a lot.
Don't.
Yeah, Rashad gets
why
hungry
do
real
we-
fast.
Why do we want to put that out there? We don't need to put that bad energy into the air.
Yes, we do.
Here, and I'm gonna willpower it as well, just in case.
6. As your vision fades away, you see it's the city. Definitely is the city. Washed in a blood color. Everywhere you look through the city, you're running the streets in this vision. You running the streets with a blood red haze over everything you see. Everywhere you go. And as you come up on a place of smoke and of fire, some reason, you realize that it burns away a little of the blood red for a bit, but at the same time, you know it was supposed to happen. And then you find your way through the city back to your body.
We should be careful.
You say that
Something-
every time.
Were we
Something
not going to be careful?
I would argue we are not being very careful at the moment, but something will happen once we set the building on fire. I'm not sure if it will be something odd or the lack of something, but something will be off. And since we look like this, we will not have assistance from the Camarillas. We should be even more concerned about our getaway from this.
Do you think this is the thing that gets us noticed?
I don't think so, no. What I saw was the city awash in a blood haze, and the fire will interfere for a moment, but it will make no difference, no significant difference.
So this isn't enough? Even
Of course it isn't. They firebombed Callum's place. It didn't change anything.
no. I mean, like the whole point of us doing this is to show that we can hold our own, that we aren't something to be trifled with. If there's no effect to doing this, why are we taking this risk?
Because it must be done.
If it's not going to do the intended thing, why must it be done?
It might keep things where they are and not put things further out of balance against us.
I'm going to be very real with you. I couldn't give a fuck less about what elders sleeping under the city think or want.
I'm not even talking about
No.
elders. I'm talking.
I get it. And whatever this blood haze is and whatever this weirdness is in this damn city, I don't really give a fuck about that. It's tied to them. I don't give a fuck about it. I know that they attacked one of our holdings. If we lay down and just take it, they will keep attacking one of our holdings over and over and over again.
And that's what I was trying to say. It might not tilt the scales in our direction, but it will keep it from tilting further in the other direction.
I wasn't saying don't attack anything.
No,
I was just saying if this isn't going, if this isn't the right target, why are we still attacking it? We can find a better target.
Good. Tell me a better one.
Y'all, clearly I'm outvoted here. I don't know what Rashad's visions mean.
I'm
Well,
willing to entertain what thoughts you have on an alternative target, but it seems like that would take more time.
Which
If y'all
gives
are set on doing this tonight, then do it tonight. I don't care. I have been fought by y'all on literally everything tonight. No. Do whatever. I don't care.
In this case, I believe that Gwen is correct overall. I understand the idea.
Cat stops the
of
vehicle
wanting-
immediately. Whoever doesn't want to do this can get out. You look like the enemy, you'll be fine.
As I was saying, if our goal is to win, then we'll need to actually kill someone. Right now, we're just playing along the outsides. It won't make a difference. They don't care about this building.
That was my point earlier, Rashad. I feel like if we should have killed at least one of them. Burning a building and burning a building, that's a wash. That's not going to be a threat or even a wake-up call or even they're not going to care. But killing one of them, that's a message that I feel like we should drive home if we're going to commit to it.
As someone who at least tacitly shares an ability that Rashad has, whatever we decide is going to tie into this vision one way or the other. So anything we do is somehow going to loop around into what Rashad saw. So let's just go. I am tired of the bickering. I am very tired of the bickering right now. At the very least, we will feel better because we blew something the hell up.
We're
So let's
sticking
go.
together.
Yes.
No one's
yes.
getting out of the damn car. Drive, cat.
Yeah.
She puts the car back in gear, swings back into
You
the
did
road.
get a number of odd looks because you said you stopped the car immediately. I mean, I assume
I
you pulled to
pulled
the
over.
edge, but
Yeah, I
it was a
pulled her to the
rapid
shoulder.
stop.
Yeah. But she's tired of the fucking bickering too. We had a plan. Let's stick with the fucking plan.
So, is this a tense ride the rest of the way?
Oh, yeah, she ain't saying shit the rest of the way there.
And as
Thing
you
is, I was not even mad at any of them.
Neither is Callum.
reach the bed and breakfast and go down Winter Road, which is on the northern side of the property, Bo, you do notice that the large outbuilding, it looks like it's not a garage. It appears to be a storage building they're using, possibly to hold stuff for the house itself, for the bed and breakfast part. But there is a symbol of an ankh. It's not very obtrusive. It's a very small symbol, but you could make it out with a spiked ring. Basically, the ankh is spiked and studded all the way around it, which is a well-known symbol for Sabbat.
It's also upside down.
This one's right side up.
Oh, interesting.
Looks like we're in maybe the right spot. A little strange that this is right side up, but clearly at least an iteration of a Sabbat.
Would Kat know anything about them being right side up instead of upside down?
You're a Second War veteran.
Yeah.
Means the safe house is underground.
Means it's underground.
Rashad would like to use Sense the Unseen.
Okay. Give me your resolve aspects. We'll see if you notice anything. Under resolve all specs, the symbol that Bo pointed out, it glows blue. Anyone looking for it couldn't miss it if they were using heightened senses. There's no way they'd miss the fact that this was a safe house.
It's been altered magically to be illuminated under a special sight. We should assume they have some sort of blood magic in place as well.
Should really figure out who's doing their blood magic.
It could be any of the transplants here,
That'd be a good target.
because any of the transplants here would have swapped stuff in their packs.
Now, the bed and breakfast itself, at this hour, the lights are out. Most bed and breakfasts have a curfew where you have to be quiet, that kind of thing. So it appears lights are out, not much going on. The safe house building, you don't see anybody waiting outside of it. There's nobody walking around the building. mean, if a safe house is only rarely used or used sometimes, it's not like you post cards.
Do you know of any blood magic protection spells they may use in this situation?
I wouldn't have been privy to it. I really wouldn't have. I know certain symbols, certain things, but I don't know all the details of what they do. Understand, I was a ghoul. I was a servant. I was a field surgeon during a war. I patched up fucking ghouls so that they could fight again if they survived.
Can Gwen deduce anything else about this location, but either a wits awareness or making a roll for investigation?
You can do a wits investigation. Go ahead.
I'm going to take it deduction applies.
Yeah.
Do I have any sense if any mortals are in the building?
No, you wouldn't be able to tell that until you went into the building. Wow. Gwen is back on fire, isn't she?
I'm surging, or I'm willpowering.
Okay, you got 5 so far.
I can go in if you need me to while you guys
7.
set up.
I just don't want there to be collateral mortal damage in case they're using...
If they have mortals in here, they're feeding vessels, and they're likely not in their right minds.
Okay, good point.
Gwen,
Good
the
point.
ground, the grass is worn, not coming from the house. There's grass is worn actually coming from the back of the building to that little section of road, which is on Solomon. I think it's Solomon, if I can read right. I can't. It's
What's on me?
it's whatever that road is right next to it. Hang on. I can't read. My eyes are not working well. South Overton Place or Avenue. That little section of road to the west of it. The grass is worn there as if they're approaching the building. A number of people have approached it from the back enough times to wear a track, but not from the house. So that would suggest to you with your roll and your deduction skill that the people using it are not coming in through even checking into the bed and breakfast. They just go and sneak out in it.
So, Kat, I guess being a little more knowledgeable in tactics like this, are we looking to do we need to find a way into where they're actually staying underground, or are we just taking out these buildings? I'm not asking judgmentally. I'm just...
No, I know. I'm thinking.
You want to make a roll based on your sec war? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to make a roll based on my sect war.
Okay. How many dots you have in your lore sheet? Let's see.
I technically have the first dot and the second dot.
So you've got 3 dots total.
Dots. Mm-hmm.
So let's go with intelligence. Let's see what to go with it. Let's go intelligence, awareness, and give yourself 3 extra dice.
Okay.
See, for the viewers out there, you're trying to find a way to something odd like that, add the lore sheet dice to a normal roll and go with that.
I will willpower.
Okay.
That's 5.
That's 5. Now you could get inside. It's a safe house. From your understanding, it's not like they're going to hand keys to everybody. So odds are it's unlocked.
Yeah.
If you want to go inside, you could easily get inside.
Mm-hmm.
If they're in the basement, though, a cornered rat is a dangerous thing.
Is a dangerous thing.
But you burn his hideout and it falls around him and ain't shit they can do.
All right. So, yes, we could get inside. Easy peasy. I guarantee you the place is unlocked. Okay, they're not going to be able to keep track of keys. So the place is unlocked. However, if it's underground, if it's in a basement, if anyone's down there, it's like cornering a wild animal.
So blow up the building around them.
Blow up the building around them.
All right. I'm ready to get started if
Okay,
you all
let's
are.
go. Let's do it. And Kat goes out to help you.
Rashad and I will secure our ride out of here. Unless you guys are dropping off this hardware alone.
Yeah,
It's not-
we're detonating this. Oh wait, we're not detonating this close.
No, I know the range.
No.
I know the range on the controller. So
Okay.
we're fine.
So this is something you're taking out of the vehicle.
Yes, we're not leaving
Okay.
it in the vehicle.
Okay, all right.
Hence the new faces
Yeah.
for the camera.
And there are cameras.
Gwen is gonna do Silence of Death Unseen Passage and just keep an eye out for like people around.
Okay.
Yes, I get that won't work for cameras, but at least for people it'll help.
It helps for people.
You're Becky. You're just standing there looking pretty.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
set up some by the shed garage storage room thing.
Now, when you look at the outside of it, there's windows on it. When you look in the windows, the inside seems to be filled with old furniture. It's got actually some industrial washing machines. They've apparently run it's got an industrial boiler for some reason out there, rather large boiler, which doesn't make sense to you, but it's in there. The furniture makes sense. It's definitely a storage area. Old furniture burns, unfortunately.
Yes, it does.
Callum's going to hang out behind the B&B next to that big tree between the B&B and the outbuilding.
Okay.
Shot is going to activate toughness.
Okay, just cause. It's valid. You see them unloading propane tanks, not little like propane tanks. They
Yeah.
got the 20-pound propane tanks as they're coming out of the back of the vehicle with them. And fire.
Yeah,
and I'm just strategically placing them.
Okay.
Yep. And then once we're done setting those up, Kat gets back in she looks at the cameras and blows a kiss, flips it off, and gets back in the car.
Okay. And when you go to detonate it, at first there's nothing because you have to wait for stuff to catch. And then you start to see light flickering in the building. Smoke starts coming. Got some outside the building just to make sure. Smoke starts to lap up the side. The fire begins to catch. And because you've got the propane there, it continues to put the fire. It's not like it just starts and slowly goes. No, the fire continually.
Until the tanks run dry.
Yeah, is burning. And as the fire builds in the building, you suddenly hear whoosh as one of the tank has its emergency valve blown. Because for those that don't know, propane tanks don't actually explode. Once they get a certain temperature, the safety valve melts and it vents all the propane out at once, which adds to the current issue in the building. And as the fire builds, you hear an explosion in the building, a large one. The whole front wall blows out. You're pretty sure that was the boiler overheating and going to steam and exploding the tank. And it's at this point, 3 people come out of the building on fire. Running. Not slowing down, running, burning. Are y'all going to just watch them?
No, we did a job.
The soul.
It's not here. I don't want to dawdle.
Yep. And Kat goes to pull out.
As you're pulling off, one of them drops to the ground and they're
trying to roll to put it out.
No, actually he drops to the ground and the fire goes out as the body crumbles to ash.
Oh, good. We got one.
Yeah.
Burnt kindred don't continue to burn. Once they hit death,
Yeah.
they turn to ash like normal, and the fire can't burn ash.
Wanted to kill somebody, Callum. We killed him.
Can
Yes, I did.
scry the soul on them?
Sure, you could scry the soul on burning people.
Specifically, Rashad wants to make sure that they are actually kindred.
You can roll it on, just roll it once and we'll see what you get, and I'll let you know. Surprise, motherfuckers. You were in the basement and the whole upstairs is on fire.
What's that noise? Oh no!
They probably wouldn't have noticed the fire till the boiler went off.
Yeah, that would have triggered something. Oh, shit.
Yes, all three. Rashad.
We're kindred.
Oh.
We're kindred.
Nice.
Nice.
All three.
As Kat starts to pull up, I'll step out and get in the van.
Yep. I'll make sure everyone's collected and we get the fuck out of here.
And as
Calmly.
you're riding away, you do see an old man come out of the bed and breakfast building as you're pulling off the rest of the way, looking kind of bewildered.
Yeah.
I'll look out the window and smile and
So
Good night.
Rourke smiles and waves at him as they leave. Wonderful.
fly normal, Kat. Fly normal.
And you all are heading back to your domain.
And then
Without saying,
oh, please go ahead.
without saying anything, I'm going to assume Bo's sitting next to Gwen. He's just going to be looking forward and just kind of pat the top of her hand with his and then pull it away and just keep looking forward.
I will tell you that since I only had to make one fairly minor change to everyone, sleep it off. You'll be fine tomorrow.
They'll have to heal, but yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
When you rouse tomorrow, you'll be fine.
Are you all right, Bo?
He'll just shake his head. You might have just gleamed it was a gesture of like a lot has happened in the last amount of time, and
Yeah, no,
He's
'cause
glad.
she's gonna check on you.
yeah, he's glad it's done.
One day at a time.
Kat, you get a
Nice.
text on your way back.
Okay.
It's from Bella's number.
Okay.
He's back. That's all it says. He's back.
Huh. That's funny.
What's funny?
The prince decided to just take, I don't know, a vacation. Didn't
What?
tell anybody. Just up and left.
By himself?
Maybe. His handler, Seneschal, yeah, whatever she is. Yeah, she might have been with him. And definitely Bella thought that the other Zamitzi that's on the Cam side, who's his friend, might have gone with him too. Nobody knew where he was. The whole council was freaking like, oh my God. But I just found out about it. I didn't say anything because of all the other shit going on. And Bella really didn't want people to know per se because they were limiting who they told to see if there was any leaks.
So what's he like now?
I have no idea. I just got a text that he's back.
That might be a good question. Just disposition.
And I will send that back. Disposition?
Normal-ish? Question mark, question mark.
Normal-ish with lots of question marks.
Okay, that makes sense. So normal for him.
And she's just going to text back, check the news later with a smiley face.
All right, as you're
Yeah.
still heading back towards your territory, you do pass a fire truck already moving that way. Not going to help, but you know.
No.
You and Bella seem to be getting closer.
She's actually decent. I mean, and it's easy for me to communicate with her because she's a blunt ass bitch too. So, you know, it's yeah. But yeah, no.
Good person to have in our corner.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, she's damn decent.
So what next?
Question. Can't just wait for a response back. Have to prepare.
Have to prepare. We got to keep working on increasing security in our domain. Because I guarantee that's likely where they might try to attack next.
Gwen, how are things coming with your business?
Great. Even though a member of the Second Inquisition knows where my business is located, which is a little concerning, considering I just opened. That's good. I'm hoping to get more connections within the city to have cameras in more places. Or contracts.
Gwen, please understand my concern is that your friend, or whatever he is, may be forced to give up information unwillingly.
I am aware.
Okay. That's where my concern and where my statement came from. Not that I don't trust you. I don't trust Bo's brother at all.
I have said this from the get-go. Neither do I, and that is why I am concerned about him.
I will give you all a bit of a heads up, but I am certain my cousin and I will probably kill one of us, or one of us will die. I don't intend to drag you all into my conflicts, but
Do we need to burn down a
Things are
library?
no,
Oh. Damn.
we don't think we could.
Oh. That's interesting.
He
Sorry.
is competent enough with necromancy to take on a student, so I imagine we would have to deal with quite a few protections in that respect.
Now that makes sense. I don't mess with you or your cousins or any of the necromancers. Y'all are another breed.
Wise.
What is our next step, though? I mean, are we just trying to shore up defenses, or are we going to...
If we find other targets that we can hit, we hit it. If
that might
we're
be-
going to be an active participant, we need to be an active participant.
Do we want to
And-
look more into what is going on in the city? I know that you've said you don't care, or it will likely impact us.
Whatever your individual interests lead you to, I'm not going to tell you don't do it. I personally have no desire to look into shit that's going on in this city. I'm good enough with the fact that whatever boundary it has as far as its limits seems to stop right at the edge of the property I've bought and am building on. Okay? I literally want no part of it.
And we'll know if it moves?
Yeah.
Like if that boundary moves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rashad has agreed to come by periodically to check it out.
The rest of us all reside within the boundary, though. Am I mistaken on that?
And that's what I said. If your interests dictate that you pursue things, you do it. If I can help, let me know. But my interest does not dictate that I pursue things like that.
You don't have any personal aims in finding out, but you're willing to help
Absolutely.
us if we help.
Absolutely.
Right. I'm just
Yeah.
restating.
I'm willing to support in any way that doesn't endanger my family.
Right.
Rashad, I for one will help you in whatever way I can. In the event that your cousin moves against you, but you will have to instruct me in the ways to best support you and be most effective in that. But you can count on my support.
Of course. And if I can assist any of you with your problems, of course you may ask. Mr. Solomon, I will look into your situation to see if there is anything I can do to assist.
Thing I keep harping on, and maybe I'm stating something that's obvious to you in your background, though, it's if I'm a fetter, my mother died before my turn. So I, in theory, was a fetter prior to this. Becoming what I am, what we are, clearly didn't impact that. And if we know destroying a fetter causes pain, the change, I'm not a destroyed fetter, is I get what I'm getting at.
Yes. You are odd.
Do fetters have to be destroyed to release this spirit from its loop?
I don't know. I know that our kind need them in order to command the spirits. That's why we learn how to spot them. But if there's another way for the wraiths to solve their issues themselves, I wouldn't know.
I imagine if there's
Please continue.
I imagine a powerful enough necromancer can do it without destroying all of them. Matter of finding the right person.
Of course. But I will say, Mr. Solomon, you must protect your life. As someone who were to realize your significance, they would be able to gain two benefits.
And again, the same thing goes for my brother. I don't know it for certain, but I know it.
Rashad, I would also ask that if we could find out if destroying a fetter, and even though if it causes her some pain, though, if that makes it easier to break that cycle, that would also be important to know. Or unless you're opposed to causing her any more pain at all. My thought is to cause a little pain to allow her to get out of this cycle that she's in, if there's a way we can find some way to do that.
If it means destroying one, that's one thing. If it means destroying all of them, that puts me in a little bit of a bind.
My thought was destroying 2 of the 3 we know about.
It's all speculation. It seems to be all speculation at this point, and a conversation I really would like to change the topic of right now.
Of course.
So as this group heads back to the logistics site, does anyone need to speak with the others here separately before we end the episode?
I did want to have a chat with Gwen before we break up.
I think Bo will save his chat with Gwen till next time.
Makes sense. Okay. And we will let Callum speak with Gwen before I move to my final scene of the episode.
So before we break up, Gwen, as we're walking out to our vehicles, do you have a moment?
Absolutely.
I'm just concerned that because you've been the most roughly treated of all of us, that this is just one other attempt by Grant or the Sabbat to somehow manipulate you, hurt you. And I know how difficult it was for me to destroy one of my former employees and the attachment there with them just being an employee. And I know that your friend is just seems like a blue collar guy trying to just get along in life with some bad cards he was dealt. If it comes to a decision and your life's in danger, our lives are in danger, and if your friend has to be dealt with, is that something you're prepared to do?
The situation is right.
If it's something you can't do, I would gladly take that on so that you wouldn't have to have that memory.
If it needs to be done, I would. I mean, the thing is I'm not just gonna I'm not gonna kill him if there's another option.
No, of course not. And I would have saved our employees if I could have, but our enemies use methods that were unexpected.
I wouldn't dishonor our relationship, friendship, history, whatever you would call it, by not being brave enough to see things through to the end. He deserves that at the very least. At the very least. But that, like I said, it's going to be a last fucking option.
Understood.
And I don't appreciate being the only one here that's being pulled, or I don't appreciate being pulled aside for being emotionally manipulated when you have Kat, who is very clearly acting emotional about her brother and her brother being involved in this. Your emotional reaction to your employees being captured, and Bo's reactions to not only his brother, but his mother. I understand I am the youngest one here. And I understand I am being the most vocal about things. But that doesn't mean I'm the one that we should be concerned about here. If anything, because I'm open about it, you know how big of a risk it is. Compared to with the others who aren't sharing, you don't know what's happening there. You don't know what's festering, what's growing. I'm not sure I'm the concern here.
Again, understood. I was just trying to be discreet and respectful.
I appreciate it, Callum. I do. But not as fragile as I look.
I have no doubt about that. I've seen you in action. You'll make the right decision when and if it comes.
I will. Just as I'm sure you'll do.
Get some rest. See you tomorrow night.
Rest well, Callum.
It's funny you say that as you split apart. Because for each of you other than Kat, as the dawn comes and you sleep, your dreams, which you don't normally have, but in this case, you all feel like there's a nightmare that racks you through your day's sleep of almost feeling like a field mouse hiding in the corn from the barn owl searching. But for Cat, your day sleep is a dream of a long, sinuous lizard, almost dragon-like, sleeping. And just for 1 second, its eye cracks open briefly, and it stares right back at you. Before the eye nods back off to sleep. But just for a second, it saw you clearly. And right here with those dreams is where I'm going to end this episode, Season 2, Episode 4 of Kansas City, A Domain Divided. And I'd like to thank my players and our guest player, Beetle Spock. Thank you for coming and joining us tonight. The whole cast is silent after that little bit I just hit them with. For just a second, the blood haze was cleared. And in that moment, only so briefly, somebody noticed. Thank you, everyone, for coming out here. Tonight, everyone will get 2 XP. Not giving you a bonus one tonight. 2 XP for everybody. So please, everyone, join us on our Discord. If you're watching this and not part of the Discord, well, you miss out. There's already comments about who did Callum meet with last week. We've got a good community. We try to be a supportive community. And of course, we cast our shows from the channel. So everyone you see in these shows are on our Discord, and they got in these shows by being on our Discord and saying they wanted to play with us. In the case of this one, they went through a grueling audition process, but that's just this game, not all the games. Trust me, not everyone is a psychopath like me who puts people through auditions. That's just me. So please join us on Discord. If you want to catch our back episodes, go to our YouTube. There's back episodes there. You can watch our Vampire, the back episodes of this, Dark Ages, Windy City, Demon, Wraith. If you're wondering about some of the stuff that's going on with Bo's mom and you can handle Wraith, watch Wraith. You'll understand it pretty early in the series. Actually, it comes up, didn't it? Just a few episodes in. So check those out. And of course, check out the Demon, because Demon's always good. I love the Demon stream. We got to get back to it at some point. Now, if you want to see some D&D or Call of Cthulhu, check out the Ishvel channel. That is where Dr. Tiss, our European GM, she does her thing. And it's a lighthearted romp. I hate to say lighthearted romp for Call of Cthulhu, but compared to the shit we did tonight, it's a lighthearted romp. So please watch it. If you want to see some great content creators like Ravenous Archon, who is in our Dark Ages, the RPG table, which is Junie from our Dark Ages, and Mischievous Red, who probably isn't ready to be starting streaming back up on her channel yet, but I'm sure she will get back to it as soon as she gets things sorted out, because she moved, and, congratulations on the house. Now you're in yo house. Isn't that nice? And so, everybody, if you want to get some merch, go to our merch store, but the merch, whatever. Bits and donations, they go to the players, not to the studio. It's a way for you, the viewer, to give something to the players of this stream for all the hell I put them through. And if you want to support the studio, of course, you can go over to our Ko-fi, or you can subscribe on Twitch. Thank you, Callum, for the gift subs you gave out earlier in the stream. I noticed that. Thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment on the video, hit your notification icon, do all that good shit that drives us up in the search rating. So now I'll let my wife give the schedule, because we've got a schedule. I know we do. She might be still stunned from what I hit her with at the end, but.
You're in here. Y'all playing this weekend or not? Yes, you are. I remember I checked. I did check today. I forgot for a second, but I do remember. Okay. So thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening for Vampire the Masquerade, Kansas City, A Domain Divided. Join us tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern for Call of Cthulhu 7E, London Esoteric Society, run by the amazing GM, Dr. Tiss, and her crew of investigators around Victorian-era London, getting into all kinds of sus-ass shit. It's a fun game. Join them. And then on Wednesday, we will be back here at 8 p.m. Eastern with Vampire the Masquerade Dark Ages playing through the Transylvania Chronicle. And this season, we are trying to get to Goratrix to escort him back for his punishment.
To Tremere himself.
Yeah. Not a fun time.
Hey, another Antediluvian. We've got 2 Antediluvian streams.
It's like, what the fuck, man? But and then, of course, we will be back on Friday with episode 5, mid-season, for Vampire the Masquerade, Kansas City, A Domain Divided. Join us then.
And Rashad, why don't you tell everybody what you got going on, man?
Of course. So over on twitch.com/TV, whatever, rerolls, we are getting ready to start up our next campaign. I am not allowed to tell you what it is, but I can tell you that night will be falling soon. So definitely be excited about that, as well as our upcoming D&D adventure. You can also check us out over on youtube.com/rerolls to see our last stream of Arithian Nights. That's what's going on over there. So go ahead and check us out.
And you can put your link, as always, in the chat here. Red, I know we talked about your channel. Any ideas when you're going to be able to get back to streaming, or you're not sure yet?
I have no clue. Hopefully within like 2 weeks, but I might got fried, so who knows?
Yeah. Thankfully, her loving husband let her borrow some equipment from his setup to play tonight, because we would have missed her 2 weeks in a row, and we can't have that. Can't have that, because I might kidnap her again. Yeah. You got anything good going on down there, Bo?
No, nothing. No creative projects right now. Just go see Dune Part 2. It's very good.
I want to see it, but it was hard enough to go to the theater for a Final Fantasy I knew wouldn't be packed. The idea of going to to watch Dune right now on the opening weekend terrifies my anxiety. It'll be so packed, I don't think I could do it. But
That's
I really
fair.
want to see Dune.
I love being in a full theater, but I get it.
COVID for me terrifies me because I have COPD, which means COVID has a good chance of doing horrible, horrible things to my continued existence. So, and now I can turn it over to my lovely wife. Oh, no, wait a minute. I can do my part now. Wait a minute. I'm out of it. Bringing it into Diluvians, and suddenly my brain goes.
I think the ST's more affected by his own machinations than I am.
I love it when a plan comes together. I just want to say, I love it when a plan comes together. You know, get on the jazz there, as Hannibal used to say, and just set them up, watch them fall down. So, you know, everybody, mental health. It's not a joke. It's not a laughing matter. We take mental health very seriously in this studio. Please check in on those around you. Make sure they're okay. A lot of people are not, and it's a tough time for people. And sometimes it just takes someone, you know, checking in to help them out, to be a lifeline. If you suffer from mental health issues, first of all, I want you to reach out to your own support network. But let's be fair. A lot of people don't feel they have one, or they don't have one. And if that's the case, you can reach out to the numbers you see in chat. You can reach out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There'll be a professional on the other end of the line that'll help you out, and we'll take care of you. So please do that. Mental health is health, and we want you to be okay. We want everyone to be okay. So please take care of yourselves. Okay. It's serious. And now I can turn it over to my lovely wife for her portion of our outro.
Most of y'all already know I'm a McStabber and a registered nurse. I've been a registered nurse for a long damn time at this point. And I want you to not only take care of your mental health, which is incredibly important, please get the help you need. If you need to rest, if you need to take a break, if you need to take some time off from your job just to get a sanity break, fucking do it. Seriously, if you don't have PTO, that's what short-term disability is for, y'all, for real. But yeah. And FMLA leave, because you can take that intermittently. But anyway, make sure you get your COVID boosters, please. Please, please, please. It ain't going anywhere. We haven't even killed the common cold. We've never killed a virus. COVID's around to stay. And it definitely sends people to the hospital and still kills them.
We couldn't even kill off measles. It's back.
Yeah, that's back because people not vaxing. Please get your vaccines, get your COVID booster, get your flu shot. Okay, if you do for any other, hell, get your fucking tetanus shot. If you don't remember the last time you had a fucking tetanus shot, go get a fucking tetanus shot.
Wait a minute. I remember. Does it count? I remember it was in.
Was it within 10 years?
I remember it was in '99. Does that count? Because I do remember
that. You're overdue. Okay, get a goddamn tetanus shot. Tetanus is a bitch. Okay, but seriously. Get your goddamn shots. And do take care of your body. Listen to your body. If it's telling you there's something wrong, get it fucking checked out. Because seriously, we want you around a long time, y'all. For real. Take care of yourselves. And make sure you're registered to vote. Y'all know I'm political as fuck. Seriously, make sure you're registered to vote. And if you are registered, please check your registration. Make sure your party affiliation for your registration is correct. Make sure your registration hasn't been purged when they purge voter rolls. You know, check those things because it's primary season right now. It's primary season throughout the next few months. You want to make sure your registration is correct so you can participate because it's real fucking important to participate in primaries, y'all. Real fucking important because that's how you get the candidates you want on your ballots. Yeah. So do that. And participate in the general election in November, please.
And I do thank everyone for coming. This is a totally different chronicle than Windy City in a lot of ways. So I hope you're ready for the ride because it's going to get wilder and wilder. Good night, everybody.